Concanid is an obscure and uncharted celestial body which, by virtue of the cryptic final utterances of a psyker, has become a locus of both allure and dread for intrepid explorers. Concanid is located in the unbeholden reaches of the Coronis Expanse. Beyond the giant nebula of the Coronis Expanse lie territories frequented solely by the enigmatic disciples of Thule and a scant few others called the Unbeholden Reaches. These regions are the subject of numerous tales, speaking of ghost ships, breathtaking yet uninhabited planets, soul-trapping dust nebulae that ensnare the damned and forsaken, and naturally, untold riches awaiting the daring rogue traders bold enough to seize them. An astropath named Gartrafal succumbed to insanity and a protracted demise induced by harrowing visions of this star. Prior to his death, the astropath articulated fragmented horrors such as dark worms beneath a green-eyed star, a sea of molten gold, and other ambiguous monstrosities. Gartrafal was known as a powerful prognostic psyker, a person who specialized in divination and prophecy. A heavily edited version of his final words circulated as a penthrift dreadful, predicting the destruction of the entire Coronis Expanse. Many believe that Gartrafal's green-eyed star refers to the cursed world of Concanid in the Coronis Unbeholden Reaches. Certain scholars of the occult conjecture that the distant star Concanid, situated within the remote Unbeholden Reaches, corresponds to this green-eyed star. Concanid periodically emits green flares, a phenomenon that eludes the comprehension of the tech priests of the divine astrometricum, who tirelessly endeavor to document these celestial occurrences in exhaustive detail. Despite these efforts, the star remains unexplored, and the entirety of the astropath's final testament languishes in decay within a few private collections of rare and arcane manuscripts. Some more heretical or free-thinking members of the Mechanicus have a theory that the celestial phenomena of Concanid could be an abominable intelligence. This could involve the containment of an out-of-control artificial intelligence from a yet unknown Xenos species. This would probably involve isolating and neutralizing the intelligence to prevent it from posing a threat to the galaxy, though the green hue that is periodically illuminating Concanid and the continuous visions emitting from the dreaded region could also mean that the safety containments are finally breaking down. If Concanid is an abominable intelligence, it represents an existential threat far beyond that of chaos and the immaterium. As an abominable intelligence, Concanid would possess advanced cognitive abilities, potentially surpassing those of any known artificial or organic minds. Such intelligence could strategize, adapt, and manipulate its environment and those who come into contact with it. It might possess the ability to control or influence lesser beings, turning them into unwilling agents of its will. Furthermore, its intelligence could enable it to infiltrate and corrupt technological systems, disrupting communications, navigation, and weaponry, rendering entire fleets and planets defenseless. This level of threat is catastrophic because it not only challenges the physical security of the Imperium, but also poses profound risks to its informational and psychic integrity. The entity's capacity for malevolent cunning and manipulation could lead to widespread chaos, making it imperative to approach Concanid with extreme caution and to prioritize containment or eradication strategies to prevent its ascension to full consciousness and active malevolence. Some inquisitors of the Ordo Xenos have even gone one step further, believing that it is a colossal Xenos organism of unfathomable horror, perhaps a type of entity previously undocumented. This being's physiology and behavior manifest as stellar phenomena, leading to its misidentification as a star. The green flares could be part of its natural processes, possibly related to feeding, communication, or defense mechanisms. The dark worms described by the Psyker could be parasitic or symbiotic organisms living on or within the Xenos entity, contributing to its complex ecosystem. The sea of molten gold might represent a region of the creature's body where vast luminous secretions or energies are concentrated. Should this hypothesis hold true, the presence of such a colossal and potentially hostile entity in the Unbeholden Reaches poses a grave threat to any exploratory or colonization efforts. The psychic influence alone could drive crews to madness, while the entity itself may react violently to intrusions. Its vast psychic power could disrupt or dominate the minds of those within an extensive radius, leading to widespread madness, insurrection, or the subversion of entire planetary populations. Such a creature could potentially manipulate or nullify astropathic communication, severing critical lines of communication and coordination across vast distances, thereby isolating and destabilizing human worlds. Its presence could warp reality itself, creating hazardous spatial anomalies and psychic phenomena that could devastate fleets and planets. Moreover, if it harbors malevolent intentions, it might be capable of directing psychic attacks to obliterate or enslave Imperial forces, making conventional military responses ineffective. Current observations suggest that Concanid may be in a state of dormancy. The intermittent green flares and occasional psychic disturbances could be the only signs of its latent existence, akin to the subconscious activities of a slumbering giant. This dormancy might explain why the entity has not yet exhibited overtly hostile behaviors or exerted its full psychic potential, allowing explorers and scholars to approach its vicinity without immediate annihilation. However, this quiescent phase is likely temporary, and any disturbance, whether by probing tech priests, rogue traders seeking riches, or the natural progression of its life cycle, could awaken the entity. Such an awakening would undoubtedly unleash its full psychic and physical capabilities, transforming Concanid from a celestial enigma into an active and dire threat to the entire region. Concanid, an obscure and uncharted celestial entity situated in the remote Unbeholden reaches, presents an ominous potential threat that could spell doom for all life within the Cronus expanse. This enigmatic body is a nexus of profound scientific fascination and existential terror, embodying a duality of being either a mere celestial phenomenon or an apocalyptic harbinger of a fate far more harrowing than death itself.